Who on the picture? Just you?
It just be, I remember we used to order them pictures and like 20 of them come. Remember we sent the Polaroid out and then we'd send them to all the homies everywhere and shit. Yeah, I don't know. Nigga, that picture gotta be 26 years old, my nigga. It's crazy shit.
Yeah, I gotta go see that. I gotta go
Yeah,
see
OG. Yo, what we call AD? You talk to AD, Adam?
He said he was with it. You want me to send him the link right now? Oh, whoop! I just realized I can't leave Clubhouse and keep talking. My bad. Hold up.
Hey, Rick, you called me?
What'd you say?
You called me?
Yeah, I texted you.
Yo, I at
T-Rail.
least want to get AD and them in there.
Yeah,
That
T-Rail
nigga
said.
shit going to voicemail.
T-Rail said he's waiting right now. I ain't talked to AD in a couple hours, so I don't know if he remembered or not.
T-Rail said he here. He said he here. He just texted me. He said he here.
Yep.
Where he at? Hey, find him, outshining. Let me know what his name is, nephew.
It's like King T-Rail.
Let me see.
Okay, let me find it. Y'all forgot he always do his king shit.
But
Hey,
I
yo,
don't think he never been on Clubhouse, so
Tell him
he
to
might
raise,
not know
tell him
to
to
raise
raise
his
his,
hand. I don't think.
tell him to raise his hand.
King
Yeah.
Trail.
Trail, if you're listening, there's a button at the bottom with a hand, I think.
Or is it? We have a King Tylee in the house.
I see King Lee. Is he in our room? Yo,
Oh, I see him. King
hey,
Charles.
I'm about.
Adam.
Yeah, I'm about.
You see him?
I see him.
I'm about to see what's his name. He just.
Okay, pull him up. She see him. Pull him up.
It's King Charles. We just shot you the invite.
The invite accepted up top. Trust say join us.
I'm in this motherfucker, homie, with all my kids, too.
Hey, all love, long as you made it.
I'm in this bitch. I don't even know how to mute this shit,
Look,
homie.
so the little microphone, bro, the microphone in the corner, that's how you mute.
All right.
You see how you see everybody thing, the red line through the microphone, mean you mute it. When you want to come off mute, you just hit that motherfucker, come off.
Hey, yo, Wack, check your back channel.
Shit, what you feel? Get off me, man. Wack, burger, rise, receipt. Man, I don't know that nigga, bro.
Okay.
Why that nigga ain't been came in here, T-Rose?
Nah, he be
That
in
nigga
here,
ain't
but
never came in here and said a motherfucking word to me, bro.
oh, okay. Okay, yeah, I feel you.
I asked him that. Well, actually, no. Pull that nigga up since I asked him.
All right,
Since he
bet.
want to be famous, bring his motherfucking ass up.
Whole little
All right,
tank.
I'm gonna ping him back in here.
Yeah, I don't know the nigga. Like, nigga ain't never treated me, said nothing to me. I don't know.
I
He
think he's in
sound like
here.
old boy around the corner from me,
There he
Wack.
goes. There he goes.
Yeah,
Hey,
where
yo,
he at?
what? Yeah,
Hey,
what's
yo,
good?
bro, what's up, homie? Like,
Hey, what's good?
you ain't never came and said nothing. Hi, bye, Whack,
I,
welcome to the team. Nothing.
Wack, I met you 6ix9ine put me on the phone with you. I was down there with him. He put me on the FaceTime with you. I was from Jersey.
Well, okay, but I'm saying, how long you been on Clubhouse?
I've been on Clubhouse the whole time. Every
So
time I'm
why
here,
you
I'm
ain't
not
never said nothing to me?
Wack. I say what up all the time. I'm usually quiet. Like I just usually be listening. Like I ain't. There's no disrespect. I
So
just
you one of the
it's
dudes that was down there shooting that video with him when he was on the FaceTime?
yeah. When we
All
went
right,
back
cool.
to his house,
I don't know if that's you, but nigga, if you remember that, then you must know something.
my crib and everything.
Nigga, we got three motherfucking we
Salute,
got
bro.
three.
Hey, I'm gonna reset the room while we waiting. Can y'all hear me?
Yeah.
Yep.
All right, so, hey, welcome to Trolls Nation. If you're new to the room, welcome. This is the Trolls Nation room on the Clubhouse app. If you're on stage in the audience and you want to come up or you want to stay on stage, matter of fact, like I said, we're going to keep it light, but make sure that you troll up top, hit the greenhouse, join the club, follow the moderators on stage. You see what's going on. This evening, no jumpers, Adam 22 speaks.
My
You already know,
motherfucking
man.
homeboy, listen, that's my homeboy. The reason why he's my homeboy, because we didn't see eye to eye more than we didn't see eye to eye longer than we see eye to eye. So when I got relationships like that, I really value them because they real, because they ain't have to be a relationship. So that's my homeboy. You know, he stand by his platform. He held his ground, and I just had to pretty much learn to respect, you know, what his protocol was on, you know, how he run his ship. On top of that, you know, he embraced my little nephew, AD, my homeboy, T-Rail from Hoover. And them is two real dudes. T-Rail, for y'all don't know, that's one of the dudes that was very involved in the rise of Tiger in those earlier years, him getting real big at that real big point. That was him. It was him that when niggas wanted to rob him, it's because of this man here, niggas didn't. When niggas wanted to violate that man, it was because of this man right here from Hoover that we respected his hand, and we always went and had a conversation with the homie, and then we left it at that. So he a real important dude. He also got clothing stores in Hollywood, you know, on Melrose and Fairfax. Y'all through there, check it out. He keeps some fly shit, you know. He a stand-up dude, so some real dudes. He waiting for AD to pull up, but it's a couple questions. People been coming in this room attacking at him, as y'all been hearing me defending him. So I just felt like my bro need to speak his piece, you know, on a platform that he gonna be respected on, and you know he can have some control of. So we'll let Adam spark it off, introduce himself, and shit. Then we'll take it from there.
Yeah, so I had a lot of people ask me to do Clubhouse. I always avoided it because I feel like this is kind of like what I do for a job. Like, for instance, today I interviewed a rapper, I interviewed a kid who's a basketball YouTuber from Toronto, then I interviewed a porn star, and so this does feel like kind of just an extension of my work day. But I respect the fuck out of Wack, and I appreciated hearing him kind of defend me or go up for me the other day on here. But I also feel like I don't got nothing to hide, so I'm not running from nothing. I'm happy to have a conversation, and if Wax in here politicking and having conversations, then I'm happy to join.
Nah, we appreciate you coming in, Adam 22. This is CEO Reek Sneak. I'm the one that hosts and narrates the rooms.
Word.
So if we're still, we got everyone here, or are we still waiting for
Now
another one
go
person?
ahead, AD catch up with us. Alex will hold his
Uh,
own, and then Trail here. Shit, I'm here. So shit, you know, me and AD.
okay, so first off, the first thing we want to, kind of, find out, man, without going actually reading them. We seen, I'm gonna just give you the premise. Somebody brought your name up,
Right.
and a whole bunch of Twitters came up with a whole bunch of shit. It was crazy. We try to fathom and come with a billion different reasons of what the hell was going on. Maybe his phone got hacked. Maybe he was trolling. White dudes, they got a different type of sense of humor. Maybe he was just fucking around. We didn't know what was going on. So if you can let us know, in 2010, who were you working for, and where were you at?
So number one thing about me is that I never worked for anybody pretty much since I was in high school. I always just had my own business. Uh, 2006, I started a BMX website, and that just basically became my whole life, my whole job, whatever. So I spent pretty much like the next 10 years just going out riding bikes and working on this website that eventually sort of blossomed into a YouTube channel. And I started doing podcasts all within the BMX bike world just because that's really like my two main interests growing up were just always rap and then BMX riding, and like they were always like kind of one and the same to me just because like we would be out riding bikes every day talking about rappers and listening to rap, whatever. And that was just always one of my things. I never really thought that I would have anything to offer in terms of doing like hip hop content and making videos about rappers and shit like that. But I was like an expert when it came to bike riding. So I was like focused on that. And then over time, just kind of gradually like got a shot doing rap stuff just from meeting rappers here and there, started doing interviews. And that was pretty much the seed of everything that you see me doing now. And in terms of those tweets, like
2006, right? 2006.
2006 was when I started the website. Yeah, so I guess,
How old were you at the
I guess
time?
I would have been. I graduated high school in 2002, so I would have been 22 at that time, I guess.
Okay.
And in terms of those tweets, it was, I really have like even people who weren't on Twitter or weren't on social media at that time. I'm sure you've heard a million times about how Twitter used to be so crazy and the humor was like really ratchet and just ridiculous. And you've had so many different times where you've seen people who are famous or in Hollywood or whatever where some tweet from usually around 2010 comes up and it looks crazy as fuck. And,
Hell yeah.
admittedly, a lot of those tweets look crazy as fuck, but, a lot of them were literally just like the most offensive things that we were joking around about at the time, or like the craziest shit possible. Like, really, at the time, I probably had like 500 followers at that time because Twitter was like brand new then. So anything in any of those tweets, I mean, I'm totally fine with responding to any of them, but I could give you examples off the top of my head. Like Wack said, Wack texted me, he goes, "Why'd you tweet, 'Let's fuck the kids'?" And I sent him a fucking clip from a comedy back then called Eastbound and Down that, I don't know, like probably not a lot of you guys seen it, but it was really huge at the time. And that was just a line from that show. And, it seemed funny at the time. And at the time, I didn't really feel like, the whole idea of getting canceled off of like your tweets or even like anybody giving a fuck about anything that you said online was like completely foreign, So like all that shit was really just jokes. I know a lot of people will be like, "Oh, like that shit was so offensive. That should have never been a joke, whatever." But I mean, pretty much all of it's like completely missing context. It's just not, I have apologized for it in the past, but I also really don't feel like I have to apologize since, that was shit that was just funny to us at the time. I can understand how it looks crazy out of context now, but really, I mean, that was just us being fucking
Here,
drunk ass white boys laughing at some shit on
well, look,
Twitter back
let
in
me
the
give
day.
you an example. Let me give you an
Let's go.
example, bro. You
Do it.
got one that says, "As attracted as I am to Jennifer Aniston and 10-year-old girls." Come on. This was February 26, 2010. I don't see the humor in it.
What was it? 10-year-olds or I've Googled this
Here,
before.
I'll read it again. "As attracted as I am to Jennifer Aniston and 10-year-old girls." Come on.
Yeah, I feel like there was some story that was in the media at the time, something about Jennifer Aniston and like a 10-year-old girl or something. I can't remember what it was at all, but it was like a reference to something that was in the media at that time. And that's an unfortunate one because I can't even fucking remember what the fuck the joke was about. But yeah, it was all just some joke shit at the time. Obviously, like at that time, I might have only had like 1,000 people following me, but it's like if that actually was as offensive and if it seemed that crazy out of context, then I'm sure it would have been a big thing then too. It was just I don't know. I can't even remember what the joke was, but it was something that was in the news at that time. Honestly.
Okay. I'll read you another one. T Rose, are you there, T Rose?
Yes, sir.
Go ahead and read another one because you had the actual file. I'm going through my screenshots right now.
All right, give me 1 second. My bad. I gotta pull it back up.
Yeah, because the 10-year-old girl thing, a lot of the jokes was revolved around young little girls. And it's and the order of it, from the dates, it's strange. It's like there's a period of time where a lot of your jokes was revolving children,
Yeah, I mean, I
and
feel
that's
like
where
that was
the
probably the period of time where we felt like we could joke about whatever we wanted on Twitter without people getting mad about it. And then over time, it just became more and more of an obvious thing where it's like, oh, this shit actually could be seen out of context and taken a certain way.
yeah.
Okay, Rick,
I mean, like,
I got two of them.
I guess I'll just state the obvious, which is that I've never done anything with someone who was underage. I've never, I have a daughter now. I have a fiance that I've been with for 5 years. I've never had any kind of, issues. Nobody ever accused me of doing nothing like that. So yeah,
Well.
I mean,
I did find something of two women accusing you of something, but I'll get to that
right, but
after. I'll just.
that was grown women saying that. So that's what I'm saying specifically. Like that wasn't. It's not like anyone's ever said that I did something with a 10-year-old girl or something. It's just,
Oh
that
yeah,
shit was jokes
nothing with
that
any
seemed
children.
crazy out of context, honestly.
Yeah. All right, T Rose, go ahead. Read those two, T
All
Rose.
right, yeah. So these two is the one that kind of got me. This one says, "quote Getting raped is just part of growing up."
Was that in quotes?
That's in quote. I sent all these to Wack, and that's number 17.
Yeah, see, I mean, when I see the quotes around it, that makes me realize that I was quoting somebody else. Even at the time, I wanted to make it very clear that that was something that somebody else said and not something that I was saying. Now, I wish I could remember exactly who said it and I could explain the whole context of who we were poking fun at or who said that or whatever. But yeah, I mean, if it was in quotes, then that makes it even easier for me to just say, hey, that wasn't something that I was saying or a message that I wanted to put out there into the world. It was probably just us laughing at somebody else who said that.
Okay, and this one right here is just a tweet that you sent out. So you're saying you wouldn't suck 11-year-old's dick?
Whoa.
Yeah, I mean, that again, it's like I remember somebody saying that to a girl that we brought home from the bar, and I don't remember why, but I just remember that like it was just some fucking conversation where somebody said that to a girl. They said, "So you're saying you wouldn't suck an 11-year-old's dick?" And it just seemed funny as fuck in the moment. But I mean, it was a joke. It wasn't like the girl actually was saying she sucked an 11-year-old's dick. It was just somebody kind of poking fun at somebody else or I don't know. They were giving a girl a hard time or whatever. Like I don't even remember the context of it, honestly.
Well, a lot of these they go back from '09 and 2010, and even not knowing the context of it, here's another one. I would rather bang a 15-year-old in the ass than be president. I would rather bang a 15-year-old in the ass than win the lottery.
Yeah, well, that's
Uh,
in quotes, right?
yeah, it's in quotes.
Right. So it's like somebody else had said
You
that, and we
said
all
it.
were like, we thought it was so crazy that they had said that. Like, obviously, the person who said it wasn't like saying it in a literal manner either. But yeah, that was just like something that somebody said. And at the
But
time, I
but
remember like a
when you
That
big thing
one,
for,
retweet it,
sorry, it's not
oh,
it's not a retweet, it's a direct tweet.
Hold on,
no,
Phoenix.
but
Hold
it's
on,
it's
Phoenix.
in quotes.
Let
Like
Reek
there's
let
a
Reek go.
quotation mark before and after the sentence, right?
I
yeah,
don't.
it is quotations.
Right. I mean that was I remember like a big thing for us at that time, and it feels crazy having to explain this all these years later, but a big thing for us was like we all had the notifications on for our phone. So we would all be like at the bar, we would all be hanging out or whatever, and somebody would say something crazy, and then somebody would tweet it immediately because all of our phones would buzz at the same exact time. And I just remember that like that was a big thing for us at the time was just saying the like putting shit in quotes, just saying the most offensive shit, whatever. So
You think that's
yeah, I know it
appropriate?
looks crazy, but it's also like I really hope nobody actually thinks that these are like real things. Like
So
I don't know, like I have to imagine that you guys don't even think that that's something that I actually said seriously, right?
Hey, Reek, hold on one
We don't.
second. I don't. Hey, my bad. Hold on one second. Hey, everybody that's on stage, we brought y'all on stage to vibe with us. For now. So right now we just talking to Adam. So if CEO talking or Adam is talking or I'm talking, if y'all can just stay muted for a minute, you know what I'm saying, so we can get through this, then we greatly appreciate it. Hey Rick, I just have one tweet that I just want to say. I just want to ask him. It wasn't during bar hours or nothing like that. Um, it simply just says, "Let's fuck kids," and this was at 3:30 in the afternoon.
That's the
No
one I
quote
already
mark.
explained. If you go to YouTube and you search "Let's fuck the kids," it'll come up right away. It's like there's a line from a comedy that we thought was really funny at the time. So I mean, you could watch like a 2-minute clip and understand the joke, but it's from this famous TV show that nobody really remembers anymore, apparently.
Okay. You have one. No quotations, right? It says, "I would. I would almost rather sexually harass than have sex."
Talk about 10-year-old tweets is like, obviously, if there was something in my life that
Because we're offended. We got kids. We offended. We support No Jumper. We watch it.
I got kids too, but
This
I
is
still
yeah.
understand like the concept of a joke or the concept of an edgy joke, and
But
I
this is but
understand why
this
you
is
guys want
But let
context
me
of
tell
it,
you
but
why
I
we're
also
let me
just
tell you why we're concerned though,
all right.
because even though you say that these are quotes and shit from other people, you put it on your thing. So even though you can put it on everyone's shows, movies, comedy skits, you thought that was great to repost that. So I don't give a fuck if it says, "Oh, killing little babies and doing this, that, and the third is fun." Oh, well, that's a quote from Aleister Crowley. But you're obviously putting that out there, letting it be known that you find either it humorous or you think it's cool. I would
No,
rather you
yeah,
say, you know what,
I
I
thought it
was,
was funny at the time, like just like I'm explaining, at that time, I mean, I could find tweets from all your favorite celebrities that are way more offensive than anything that those same people would say on social media these days. I feel like everybody has learned to just not say anything even close to offensive because everybody is so quick to cancel you or whatever. And, I'm the same way where I might think that some shit is funny and I just won't tweet it, won't say it on the podcast, etc., because everybody just knows these days that everybody's thirsty as fuck to cancel somebody. So, I get what you're saying, but at the same time, like, are you accusing me of fucking doing some crazy shit like in those tweets? Or you might not think it's funny. And I agree in retrospect, of course, it doesn't seem funny, but I'm sure you like understand the concept of me thinking something was funny in a completely different world 12 years ago, right?
well, I've accepted that white people have a different type of sense of humor. I've hung out with white people. I've watched certain movies, and the sense of humor is different. And I even said that when we first discovered it. I said, Wack, they got a different sense of humor. They even play with the gay shit sometimes. Like I noticed they even find some sense of humor in that. They don't really be gay, but they sex play each other and do little weird shit. And I'm just looking at it like, even though a lot of these is from a long time ago, our biggest concern is when these type of situations get discovered, and the person, yeah, even if they've changed. Justin Bieber, he had that one song where he was like nigga 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 nigga, and they're like, well, he was 14 at the time. They said, you know what, he's grown, he's reading the Bible now, he's got his wife, he's being a father, like he's out the way. So people are like, okay, he was a kid. But when we see someone like you, and that is successful at what he's doing, and we see these type of tweets that were going out, it makes us question, who are we supporting? Like, are like some people, like I made the graphic PTR, right, Adam, with your picture on it.
Okay.
That's our profile pic. Some of the members didn't want to wear it. You know what I mean? I made it, to show support if you come in, to the app, and come into the room to talk to us. But some of them didn't want to wear it because they're like, man, I want to talk to him first. I knew you weren't going to come on here and say, yes, I used to like little kid. I knew you weren't going to say any of that, but they still was. It was still a conversation that needs to be had, because I don't want to support someone if they think that a child being taken advantage of is humor, or a woman being raped is humor, or like if someone thinks that's funny, I don't want to support that, because I have kids, and I wouldn't support anybody like that, and know that I have kids, and know that I have nieces, and I've been a kid before, because that's the type of humor, dark comedy, that I'm definitely not into. Nor do I think anyone on stage or on this panel will say that they're into that. We have women that were highly offended, and even though I told you about those two women who made the accusations, right? Even though they're not underage, it still ties into this sexual type tweets, whether it's referred to as children, or if it's referred to in regards to rape. It's still something that's highly offensive, and for people to see this now after supporting No Jumper for so long, it's like, why the hell wouldn't we want to address it? We're not saying, oh, shut it down and
Right.
get the hell up out of here, but we're definitely like, well, shit, we fuck with you, and you bring so many black artists and entertainers into your platform and chop it up, and so automatically that's going to draw a lot of minorities as well to come and check it out because of the people you talk to. So
Nah,
we want to
definitely,
make
yeah,
sure that that everything is good, because we are supporters of it.
for sure. And I mean, I that's why I'm here in the first place is because like I told Wack at first, like, nah, I don't want to do an interview about it because that shit first like got exposed online or whatever in like 2018, and I feel like I spoke on it then, and if anybody wanted to see an explanation at the time, they could have gone and seen that. But I'm, you know, I don't feel like I have anything to hide. Like the only thing that we're talking about is me thinking some shit was funny, like 12 years ago. So, I feel you. Like I understand why you would be upset about that because, as a father now, there's shit that I joked around about at that time that I would never ever dream in a million years. Even like, there's been things like jokes people made to me on the podcast about my kid or, sort of just like referencing children in some way that I had to like tell the team like, nah, edit that out because I look at shit way different now. And all the dark humor shit. I feel like when you're younger, like a lot of people would point out like, oh, you were 27 at the time or whatever. Like that's true, but I also was like hanging out with all these 19, 20, 21-year-old kids because I was running a BMX team. So I mean, I really like don't like there's a big part of me that is just like whatever, I don't give a fuck if people are offended by some shit I said in 2010. It is what it is. But at the same time, I hear what you're saying, and I want to come in here and just make it perfectly explicitly clear what I stand for, especially because I got all these different dudes who probably look at those tweets like T-Rail or AD who look at that and they think it looks crazy, and they got kids too, and I'm sure that they know me so well that they don't even give a fuck enough to be like, oh, Adam, explain this. But they all know that I got an offensive ass sense of humor. Anybody who's watched the No Jumper Show knows that I'm always pushing the line, that I'm always trying to, make a joke out of something that nobody else wants to joke about or whatever. That's kind of like my whole personality is just to push the limits of what we were allowed to joke around about or whatever. And back in 2010 on Twitter, there were no fucking limits. There was no rules. You could post anything on that shit and people would just laugh their asses off. And I'm sure if I looked, I could find all kinds of crazy examples. But it's I want to get both points across, which is that, well, the main point is just I want to get across like I feel you. I understand why that shit looks crazy and why it's offensive, but again, it was just jokes at the time, and a lot of that stuff I regret, and I apologize to anyone it does offend. But at the same time, I mean that it's not. They were never meant to be taken literally, and it was all stuff that I was probably tweeting at 2 a.m, drunk as fuck for the most part, just
That's what
laughing
I was
about
about
some
to say,
stupid shit.
bro. That's what I
Huh?
was about to say. I look. I'm a pretty good judgment of character, right? So one thing I do know is like I know you. I know where you at. I know where your heart at. I know how you know how you take care of your family and shit like that. How you are around other people's family members and kids and women and shit. And none of that is you. I'll say this: once upon a time, I said a bunch of offensive shit too about motherfuckers today that I called my comrades and my brothers because they wore a blue rag. We
Right.
talking 10, 12 years ago. We talking about when niggas was jumping on social media trying to find a way, doing shit back when niggas was planking and laying in the middle of freeways and doing anything to get fucking attention, right? So, and I told Reek, I said, Reek, I ain't gonna front. A young Adam, that nigga probably was on shrooms, high than motherfucker and on some just saying anything. I said, what I do recognize is this. He never went back and tried to delete shit. That's why it was there to be found.
Mm-hmm.
Nah,
Facts.
and I respect you apologizing and answering these questions, man.
I got to do
You
that as
know,
a dad, because I'm gonna be
yeah.
real with you. Like my day was oriented around my kid. Like I woke up 6 o'clock in the morning so I could play with my kid for a couple hours before I showered and went to work. I rushed home after work so that I could see my kid and give her a bath for like an hour before I hopped on this shit. Like there's a big part of me, like Wack will tell you that when Wack had an issue with me before and we didn't see eye to eye, my attitude was basically like, all right, well, if that's how you feel, then it is what it is. And that's going as somebody who, from my perspective, is basically one of the most powerful people in the streets of LA. And I still was just like, hey, if you don't like how I'm moving, then it is what it is.
Yo, that's
There's a
why
tiny
I
part of me.
say, Adam,
Yeah,
that's your character. Like,
yeah.
first I thought, I'm like, yo, this motherfucking white boy flexing on me, right? But that's just you. You don't mean nothing by it. That's just you. Like, you know, you got this cocky, oh well, fuck it, dude. But I don't mean no harm, but that's what it is, type of personality. So, like I had to respect it, you know what I mean? And, eventually shit, you called me, hey, what, want to get to work? And like, I was like, oh, he do fuck with me. And then it just went from there.
But yeah, what I'm
Hey,
saying is like, I don't want to take that attitude towards everybody in this room of, oh, nah, like, I ain't apologizing for shit. Like, I get how that shit's offensive, and I wouldn't make those jokes now. And to a certain extent, I wish that everybody would just get it that at the time, Twitter was way different. But, you know, I wanted to explain the context and everything just so people could understand where I'm really coming from. Like, my kid is my whole life right now, you know? Like, and there was never a time period where I thought that, like, you know, hurting a kid was funny or cool or some shit like that. But definitely there was a time period where it seemed like an okay thing to joke about, which I couldn't do that now. It hits too close to home. Plus, the internet is a totally different place. But, you know, I understand why you guys want an explanation about that. I just want to make that clear that I'm not coming in on some cocky shit like I don't owe anybody an
because
explanation, you know?
because I can imagine if someone made a joke about your daughter or your son, you wouldn't find it funny, and even if they were 20 and young, you
Hell
would
no.
probably highly be offended.
No, it's up for sure.
Yeah. So,
Hey, academics in
and
here. I just pinged them up.
Oh, for
Hey,
real?
bring
so
him up. So
Yeah.
Adam, another
hey,
thing though,
Finally.
like, hey, another thing, Adam, is
mod them up.
this,
There
right?
we go.
The I told him you're not a racist, only on Wednesdays, right?
God
It was
damn.
some black joke. I'm just fucking around with y'all. It
Now
was
I got
some
a
black. It was
I
some
got a
black jokes in there. You know, shout out to academics. I like when he's around because I know I got a fairly large head.
Yo, Wack, you
you
a
in the you
fool,
in
man.
Nah,
Whack
you
in
in
the
the
Matrix.
matrix.
Hey, Wack,
Yep, we lost him.
hey,
academics, don't
academics,
follow
I got
people
words for
out
you,
there.
bro.
Yo,
Hey, chill. I'm
that
finna
nigga
reset
act
the
got
room.
brains, my nigga. Act got brains. That's why that nigga smart. That nigga got face out. You know what I'm
All right, I'm gonna
saying?
Welcome to
reset the room
Trolls
Yeah,
real
hey,
quick.
Nation.
yeah, hey, yeah, reset
That's,
Listen, I
room.
got a question. I got a question
Yeah.
for King Trail because King Trail be with him, and I
oh
do got
yeah.
a question for him if you don't mind. Is he still in here?
Yeah, I'm in here, brother. Let's do it.
All right, for sure. Let me reset the room. Hey, welcome to Trolls Nation. If you're new to the room, welcome. This is the Trolls Nation room on the Clubhouse app. If you're on stage and an artist, you want to come up or you want to stay on stage, don't act bougie. Go ahead and troll up top. Hit the greenhouse. Join the club. Follow the moderators on stage. You see what's going on. This evening, no jumpers. Adam 22 speaks. We got Wack100 in the building. We got Benzino in the building. We got
Woo.
Akademiks in the building. You know what I mean? And you already know, man. We got Trolls Nation in the building. So we gonna keep it rocking. So King Trail, man, my question is for you. How long have you been working with Adam 22?
Now, probably going on like 7 months.
7 months. And have you ever seen any tweets from him that you've had to correct him on, or any offensive tweets that you felt some type of way about?
I ain't even gonna lie to y'all. The first time I seen the tweets is when you niggas brought it up. And then I brought it up. I'm like, what these niggas talking about? I'm scared to look at it, cuz. I'm like, what they talking about? Then he sent me the link. And just like y'all, I was like, oh no. I'm like, I'm start thinking like, man, hold on, man. This nigga around my kids. I'm gonna have to watch this nigga give my kid a soda or something. I'm gonna have to fuck at him up. But I'm like, at that point though, I'm like, just being around him for the last 7 months, I'm not gonna lie to you. Like, this dude is like, he real cool. Like, his humor is dark. He does say offensive shit. I did
Okay.
take offense to the jokes, you know what I'm saying, or whatever. He did those tweets a long time ago, like anybody would. I got
Hell
five
yeah.
kids, you feel me? Like, all those tweets are offensive, you know what I'm saying? If he was from a gang or whatever, or not, whatever, whatnot, we would have the DP out the gate. You know what I'm saying?
Nah,
But I don't know how to reprimand him other than telling my real homie that and check him. You know what I'm saying? Like a real nigga will. Like, hey, don't ever do no shit like that again. That ain't cool. You know what I'm saying?
oh,
Because you do
so
have
so
one. Go ahead.
besides them old tweets, you ain't seen no current tweets or nothing in the 7 months of you working with them in regards to kids or something where you was
Nah.
offended by?
Bro, that
Okay.
Nah,
was
nothing
12
that,
years
nothing
ago.
that, nah, hell no, nothing that I get offended by what this nigga do. Cause if you know him, like, nigga just crazy, he just be saying wild shit. You know what I'm saying? Nothing to take like too serious or nothing like that, man. He just be saying wild shit, gay shit. Like he is one of them white guys that'll try to sex
Yeah.
play a nigga. You know what I'm saying? Like all that shit. And then if you into the jokes, he'll keep doing them. Like you just gotta check him on it. Like, hey, hold on, don't. You know what I'm saying? Don't play with me like that, but. Other than that, man, he a cool dude, loyal dude, you know what I'm saying? And you know what
Yeah.
I'm saying?
So
I don't take nothing out of context, you know what I'm saying? He's straight, man.
he ever got at you with any racist jokes?
You know what I'm saying? He's semi-racist, but I'm racist too, you know what I'm saying, with the jokes.
Oh
I'm with
man.
the you know what I'm saying? I'm with the Mexican jokes, white jokes. That's what we do on the podcast, you know what I'm saying? You gotta your heart gotta be strong on the podcast. You know what I'm saying? If your heart ain't strong, you can't come on there, you know what I'm saying? I might say anything too myself. You know what I'm saying? So I be saying wild shit if you be watching it too. So yeah, like he be saying little shit, but I be saying shit too. You know what I'm saying? And we got a Hispanic homie on there that be saying shit too. Like that's just like how we get down. You know what I'm saying? Like blacks and browns anyway. You know what I'm saying? We won. You know what I'm saying? Like so, I really don't even take nothing to heart. You feel me?
Yeah, but everybody don't play with them type of jokes. So, do you make him consciously aware? Like, yeah, these black jokes might fly with me, but somebody else hear it, or you try to shoot one of them, they gonna take it offensive because I don't know Adam 22. So you're
Oh
giving a
God.
great testimony on him being a solid dude, and he don't got no malice behind it. But if I just seen him in the streets and I just heard him on the phone say some racist shit, I'm gonna be on him like, what the fuck is this about? You get what I mean?
Yeah, and that's what you're supposed to do. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Certain jokes is for certain people. You feel me? You supposed to know what you're doing and how you doing it. That's like saying blood and cuz. You can't say that shit to everybody. You feel me? Like certain people gonna take certain offense to certain things. Like I'm pretty sure like he know what's up. He a grown ass man. He know who to say that shit and who not to say that shit to. You feel me? But just in the profession that we in, you know what I'm saying? We just doing what we like to do. We saying however, you know what I'm saying? We saying what we want to say. But as far as going out in the streets and going out into like civilization saying some wild shit like that, like niggas ain't doing that.
Yeah,
I
like yo,
damn
my
sure
my
crack white jokes on Adam. So
yeah,
shit, if I crack a white
my whole
joke
thing
on him,
with the podcast in general is that I feel like a podcast is all about just building up the best possible rapport and communication between people, right? And in my case, like we got House Phone, AD, and T-Rail who are black. We got Duno who's Mexican, and then I'm the white guy. We got some other white guys who come on a little bit and shit. But I think I think the best version of the podcast is closer to real life. And I know from my experience in real life, every black dude I know who's friends with Mexicans will make a fucking joke about a fucking taco or a quesadilla or whatever the fuck it is. And that's normal. Like that's real life. Like I'm so used to every black dude that I'm friends with making some jokes about me being white. And it's only a matter of time until, I'm obviously very conscious of the history of this country and the inequality between black and white people. And I don't want to act like I think it's like, oh, somebody called me a cracker, so I can call them a blank. That's definitely not the case. But I do think that like the best possible scenario for a podcast is just everybody being so comfortable with each other that they could say the shit that they would say behind closed doors, and that the people who are watching will be able to laugh at it because they know that you're really friends and you're really not trying to hurt each other,
Yeah,
AD
yeah.
down there, CEO.
hey,
What's up,
Yeah,
nigga?
we just picked him
appreciate.
up. We picked him up.
AD.
What's happening?
Oh, Whack, you in the Matrix.
Yeah,
What's going on, AD?
What's happening?
yo, what up, AD up?
Yeah,
Yeah, yeah, we
what I
got him.
What
missed,
up,
man? I'm
Loco?
over here doing some last minute Christmas shopping.
Yeah.
Man, I ain't brought a gift yet.
Better
Hey,
get
get
You
AD.
hey,
buy shit
hey,
excited.
all
I want
year,
you
huh?
to Hey, I want
Get
you to
that
get
in.
I want you to get 80 perspective on what you just asked me too.
Well,
You know what I'm saying? Ask that nigga
oh
the
no,
same
facts.
question.
No, facts. I'm definitely gonna ask him. So I'm glad he here. He came in the room the other night. So what I mean, thank you for pulling up, AD. Appreciate you.
Yeah.
So we just went over some offensive tweets from 2010. I'm not gonna read them again. They disgusting. They horrible. You know what
I
I
know the
mean?
shit.
And yeah. So what I want to know is, how long have you been working with him? How long have you been in contact with Adam?
Adam picked me up about almost 2 years ago now.
2 years ago. And in the 2 years of you knowing him, have you seen any offensive, sexually orientated tweets towards kids?
Fuck no. Why?
Okay,
Hey,
yeah,
niggas.
cause
Hey, listen. Niggas ain't about to play the homie on here, cuz we ain't gonna do that. We
nah.
got.
He already said that they're
No,
old tweets.
we asked
We
Trill
already
the
we already
same
went through it.
shit.
Yeah. So and has he ever said anything to you where you took offense to it and you had to correct him? And as far
Uh,
as
only
some of the
only
type of
one
jokes
only
and
one
humor he
time the
got?
nigga made a joke that I was a thief, but he
Oh.
don't like when I talk about that. That was it.
Okay.
Just a joke. Just a joke. I
Just a
have
joke.
eight. Yo, that's one other thing I want to say too, though, is that man, like I got crazy amounts of respect for AD and T-Rail and shit because yeah, I've been doing this business for a long time, but the heart of the business was always just me doing interviews. And when I met AD is when I really started to realize like, oh shit, like there's a lot of really dope personalities in LA that might not necessarily be getting a chance from a lot of other media companies, you know? And like as soon as I brought AD in and realized like how much the No Jumper fans fucked with him and how much like they really appreciated seeing him grow as a broadcaster and everything since he was a little rough around the edges in the beginning. That just really like motivated the fuck out of me to really like start taking No Jumper to where it's at now, where we have all these different hosts. And that's really an AD thing. Like he showed me what was possible with No Jumper, to be real.
Okay, all right. Well, salute to AD. So AD,
Yeah.
has he? So it was some comments about him being racist. Has he ever called you a nigga or made you feel like he was on some
Man,
racist shit?
hey, listen, if that he know damn well I talk to him like this every day. If he called me a nigga, I'll beat the dog shit out of that nigga, boy. That's my homeboy. Let me tell you something. Ain't none of that shit going down over there. We ain't saying that. He ain't got no nigga pass. He don't even press that. Listen, I do the news with the nigga every morning, damn near. You feel me? Even when the N word come up, the nigga goes, ah, ah, like he looks at me every fucking time. Cause I ain't like that. Hey, listen. Let me tell you something. If I thought Cub was rapist, a pedophile, anything like that, I
He
wouldn't even
wouldn't
work
be
there. You
fucking
feel
with
me?
it. Yeah.
I
Hell
wouldn't
yeah.
be. This nigga literally put the battery in my back. Like everybody know me in the city, gangster rapping and shit like that. You feel what I'm saying? Nigga, quarantine happened. The nigga said, "Hey, I got a Snapchat show." I thought I was gonna do this shit one time. You feel me? The motherfucker, he was like, "Hey, you want to keep doing this shit?" I'm like, "Damn, quarantine happened. I'm down the street anyway. Man, let me come here and do this shit." And then the nigga said, "Oh man, I think you should have your own show." I was like, "What the fuck?" And I was, contemplating on doing this shit because, niggas in the streets is like, oh, you shouldn't do this and do that. It's going to fuck up your music and all that. Man, I said, man, fuck that. Cuz God give me an opportunity. Man, look, I'm going to sit there and take it. And it's been the best decision, bro. You know what I'm saying? This shit opened up so many doors. And, a lot of motherfuckers, they always, what I'm saying, labels and everybody always think, oh, AD's a problem. You know what I'm saying? They'll say, we like your music, but you a liability and shit like that. When it came down to acting, when it came down to everything that I ever wanted to do, my own people always shut the door on me. So here come this white nigga that's telling me, hey, you got the potential, I believe in you and shit like that. And nigga, put me on a fucking platform, bro, without nigga, I didn't come there for money, bro. I was really trying to like, what I'm saying, do some shit for my career. And them niggas gave me a check and I was like, well, I wasn't expecting this shit, but I appreciate this shit. You know what I'm saying? And it kept moving from there. And then the nigga Adam literally told me, he said, hey, listen, AD, we don't know what the fuck is going on like in the streets and stuff. If there's dope people that you think should be a part of the platform, hey, we gonna trust your judgment and shit. I literally been bringing in motherfuckers, bro. That's gang
Gina,
members, my nigga. You feel me? My brother came straight out of prison. That nigga Adam hired them, bro. Put him on camera, made him security. You
Oh,
feel
that's
me? I done came
dope.
and bought T-Rail. That's what I'm saying, bro. I bought Gina through that motherfucker. As soon as I seen Duno, I said I want to keep him. So Cud gave me free reign and Cud and pay, bro. And bro, nigga making a lot of fucking money on top of that, bro, and changing a nigga's whole perspective on all this shit.
I'm
Well,
getting jealous. I'm getting jealous though, AD, because I kind of gave you a shot. I showed up for a crip. You know what I'm saying? But it's cool though. I'm gonna let you get all the
Hey,
white
hey,
with all the praise.
hey,
I'm,
it's
I'm going
crazy.
back.
It's crazy too. It's crazy too because you feel me? Because Unc had prior problems with Adam. You feel me? And when I told him, I said, "Hey, Wack coming up here." The nigga Adam didn't even believe me. He like, "No, he ain't coming here to fuck with me." That nigga Wack came straight on my show and said, "Hey, listen, you hire one of us." Nigga, I ain't got no problem with you and shit like that. Nigga, AD one of us, nigga, and it's been love ever since. And you feel me? Like everything that we've been doing and moving and shit like that, bro, them niggas been giving me free reign, my nigga, other than like real regular homie type shit and stuff. Cause I talk to him like this. I'll say I'll beat your ass. I do all that shit. Ain't no extorting going on, bro. It's all love. It's like family. You
So
feel what I'm
let
saying?
me interject, AD. Let me interject. You know, I understand that he's providing opportunities for brother, and I told him, you have a lot of black celebrities and entertainers come to your platform, and uh, a lot of the a lot of the doors you open up and allow artists to come in. Opportunities is being created. But the way this conversation even came about is when Charleston White made some offensive comments about raping white women and running trains on them, and he made a whole bunch of comments talking about he called the police on 4 black kids sitting in the car just because he liked to see niggas go to jail. So people brought up Adam 22 and they said, hey, if y'all gonna hold Charleston up, y'all gotta hold Adam 22 up as well.
Man,
So
that nigga wait,
you
Adam
and
22 does not fuck. I ain't gonna let you do that. Adam 22 is not doing that shit that dude is doing.
no, not the same.
Swag.
No, yeah, yeah. He said
Yeah,
he gonna
Wack,
get
we
you
didn't
right
hear
with
you
him.
for like a
You was
whole
in the
minute.
Matrix.
I'm trying to get him to not bomb on Vlad. I fuck with Vlad. Don't do that.
I fuck with Vlad too, for the record.
I don't know.
Hey, Ack, I need you to be.
Oh yeah,
A
no, we
lot of
can
niggas got it
cross
in
it
for
as though,
Vlad right
but nah,
now.
but I fuck with Vlad. Yo, listen, no, I'm gonna
I
send
hit
everything.
it first video shoot, right? I had a Kim Kardashian looking like Pater, flew her out, all that. I said, yo, bro, don't turn on no cameras. I woke up the next morning, bro. The nigga leaked the fucking lookalike.
That nigga is the
You see what I'm
that
saying?
nigga.
So it's like all he give a fuck about is using niggas
You in the Matrix again, Wack.
Yeah, I'm gonna
for
keep it
his
100 though,
sake.
Wag. I'm gonna keep it 100.
That showed me
That's what
that
I
right
said.
there and
That's what
there.
I said. I'm gonna fix it with y'all because I talked to both sides. He said he got explicit permission to film. That's what he said.
I gave the nigga, no, bullshit. It's my shoot. I own the record. Ray J there because I told him to come. I own that record 100%. I ran that shit through N Grooves, bro. So you know I was on some motherfucking renegade shit. No E1, no nothing. N Grooves. I bet, I tell you what, where that nigga at? You arranged for me and him to be face to face, and I damn to tell me I
Nah,
gave
but
percent.
hold
I'm
on,
gonna beat
Wag
his
though.
shit. I'm breaking his shit. I'm
Nah,
telling you. I take the lawsuit.
300K real quick.
he's not gonna respond to something like that that seems violent.
No, I'm just saying
But
though, bro.
yo,
Stop lying.
it's
See, that's why I don't
miscommunication for
respect
real
them.
though. It's
Wait.
miscommunication. He
That's
thought
why I don't respect them.
y'all could get on the phone. I'm telling you, that's
That,
a 3-way call. I'm gonna set it
look,
up.
that's why I don't respect them, bro. Listen, you know me. I don't do no fucking lying, bro. You know.
I know.
You know
That's why
me.
I still think it's miscommunication. I don't think he did it on some shady shit. I think he really thought.
Nigga walked in with
Nah,
the fake security nigga, the black nigga with the fake shit, and I said, yo, tell him put that camera up, bro. I can't. No, we ain't doing. Oh, whack out. Yeah, go put that up. You're not. You asked to come. You here. That's it. Ain't no. Go put
oh,
that up.
so it ain't like he
He went
ain't
and
know.
put it
Nigga
up.
told him.
The
He
nigga
knew.
went and put it up and ended up breaking out probably some little shit he had. I don't know what the fuck he had. I wake up the next morning, bro. This nigga didn't put the Kim Kardashian lookalike up. He blew the whole shock value,
That's crazy.
right? You
I
know
didn't even know
why?
about that.
Because he was worried about himself. He was using some niggas' platform to pump his shit, bro. And this back before he got up the way he is. So, nah, I don't respect dude. Plus, he sued Rick Ross. He violated Rick Ross. Talked all that shit, did all that
You
crazy
did
shit,
that.
right? And sued Rick Ross for like 400,000, bro. You know what I'm saying? So all he been doing is sucking our culture, sucking us dry. You know what I'm saying? I'm pretty sure he could commit a petty offense and go into one of these penitentiaries. They wouldn't mind him committing them acts. But out here in this street with this business, he need to kick back, bro. He's sucking my people dry, my nigga out here. Tell that nigga go to prison and exercise that. We don't need him doing that out here.
Hey, I can't speak for anything else. I just know I had a conversation with him and I told him exactly what I said, well, if you ain't had permission and you leaked somebody's video shoot, they got all right. He claims otherwise that he had permission.
Who gave him permission? Listen, bro,
That's
can't
why
nobody give a nigga permission at my shoot but me. He called me to get the address to the shoot. He wasn't dealing with nobody else. Ray J hate the nigga guts. He don't even like the nigga. He told me, man, don't bring that nigga around. He the one warned me.
And if a nigga said put the and he did it
You're in the
anyway, that's
Matrix.
Yeah, that nigga ain't right. But you know, we ain't comparing. Fuck that nigga Vlad. Let him do his shit wherever he do his shit.
All
Shout
right,
out
well,
to him
boom.
and Shout
And
out to
by the,
him and the picket sign holder.
and by the way, the conversation,
This nigga said the picket side, nigga.
yo, the conversation I even had with like Wack, especially as pertains to Vlad, is like I know Wack is a very influential, powerful person in the music industry. He gonna have artists. He gonna have situations that I'm gonna just be honest with you. You can't go around academics, no jumper, and Vlad. So I think it's in his.
He ain't never support. Listen, I give you $1,000. Fuck it, $5,000 at you go comb through his shit and you find any of my artists that he ever supported.
With
Find them.
Blueface.
Find them, bro. Go find it.
It don't exist. I ain't never
Go
seen
find it.
Game or nothing. Nigga sit down with him. Yeah, it don't
The nigga
exist.
don't yo, bro. He let niggas listen, bro. He know what it is. And the first time I can find me one of them top-notch situations out of Atlanta who looked the part, I'm gonna slide it right up under him and get that footage. Yeah, for sure. Yeah.
Hey, well, shit. Well, fuck
I try to
Vlad.
keep it in. I try to keep it at least even with like my media. I'll say this though, like you probably have a legit gripe, so I can't speak for him. I would rather I talk, but if it don't
Go
happen,
find it. Go ask them. Say,
I'll give
yo,
him one
ask.
credit though. I'm gonna give him one credit because from an independent media outlet, I give him a lot of credit. He one of the people who like his outlet depends on interviewing people, whether it's Boosie and other people. And I know
He
for
will
a fact.
not interview none of my people.
But I understand for your people, but I'm gonna give him credit because we've seen a lot of people pimp out, whether it's like entertainers or social media personality just for content. Vlad cuts a check now. I know Vlad is giving strong 5 figures to niggas for interviews. So what I mean, I respect him for that, but obviously if he slighted you on your content, I mean I can't really. Hopefully I could put you on the phone or some shit. But other than that,
Put it
Hey,
like
no, we
this.
got.
He owe. He owe. Period. If nigga
I'm.
ain't ready to pay the piper, then shit. He can meet the pipe. What I
I
seen.
was
Fuck
gonna say. I was gonna say we
Hey,
got
yo.
all the hot podcast people here right now. We only missing Gilly and Wallow, man, but we in the building, man. Trolls Nation, you already know.
Hey, yo, no
Um,
shit. I mean, between no jumper and that's West Coast rooted. Even though family from the East Coast, he ain't got nothing but the best of the West around him, sitting at the table with him. Um, he a dude that stood his ground with me. He wasn't being an ass, so I'm a spoil your motherfucker out here on the West. Motherfucker don't tell me no. Shit, AD no. AD done been with me spots where they tried to tell me no about him. And I pulled some miraculous, crazy shit off right in front of his face.
You didn't did some you didn't banged on everybody. You didn't
Right?
put me on, yeah. Go ahead, you talk about it.
And that's and
You,
hey,
hey,
and that's
you
over
you
him.
told you told my last manager too. He was like, nigga, you better straighten up.
Yeah, so Adam, when he was telling me no, I was scratching my head. I'm like, man, what the fuck wrong with this motherfucker telling me no? But I sat back and I peeped him, and he told me what he told me. And one day, when he called me, I looked at the situation. I said, yeah, well, situation's a little different. I see where he coming from. He just protecting his platform. So, I respect it. You know what I mean? Then he got nephew with him. And then, Trail over there. So it ain't nothing but love over there, man. But the fact that he'll pull up without hollering and screaming and talk his shit and open himself up when he doesn't have to answer these kind of questions, I salute him. He made some
yay,
mistakes,
yay.
said some shit, said some
Appreciate it,
shit
G.
he shouldn't have said. He probably was a little more immature back then. Or motherfucker, them white boys be crazy, bro. They say crazy shit. That nigga off them shrooms, nigga, and some other shit.
I
Oh,
figured that, Whack. I said,
that
I,
nigga
I
off
hey,
the
said, I said he
yeah,
had
you
to
know what
be,
I'm saying?
That nigga used to
just
do meth.
yeah.
hey, yo,
Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
don't
That nigga got some
don't say
shrooms and
anything.
some
Don't
some of
say
that
One
anything.
motherfucker
time.
Mad Dog 2020.
That was just one time, bruh.
He said he
hey,
was
hey, yo,
experimenting.
hey,
Hey,
Adam.
that nigga Adam, let me say something. He say some of the craziest shit, but like I was saying before, and I ain't even trying to you know what I'm saying? Like everybody our own people, bro, don't give niggas like us opportunities and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's a lot of motherfuckers on Clubhouse, bro. Shout out to Trolls Nation, shit like. There's a lot of motherfuckers that deserve opportunities, bro, that our own people won't even give us a shit because we come from certain backgrounds or we got certain stigmas on us and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, for Cud to let me do what I do, listen to me, you feel me? And treat me, you know what I'm saying? Treat me with love and respect, bro. Nigga, me, my mama come to my city, bro. Had this nigga at the Compton courthouse, bro, passing out fucking toys and shit. You know what I'm saying? Bringing ponies out from